Hi, who is the one who defines the name of a trendsetter? According to the definition in English, a trendsetter is the one who sets the trends. A precursor. If someone would tell me to name one car which is the biggest trendsetter in the newest times, I would say without hesitation BMW X6. But before we go further, please click the bell, because thanks to you we will be able to develop this channel and you will not miss any of our new videos. BMW X6 appeared on the market in 2008. It was something new, something that no one had tried yet, something that required a lot of courage to introduce it to the market. But as the famous saying goes, whoever does not risk does not drink champagne. And not just one. The car was selling well because the first generation found almost 250,000 buyers. The combination of the sports line with the practical body was a set that was missing on the automotive market. Therefore, it was not necessary to wait long for the competition to start working. Effect? Today, in the premium segment, we have more coupe-style SUVs and crossovers than classic coupes and SUVs. So the question is whether the X6, after so many years, is able to stand out from the competition, or rather disappeared in a crowd similar to itself. Since 2008, 3 generations of this model have appeared, of course intertwined with liftings, and today it's time for the newest generation of lifting. Lifting always means that some elements don't change. And I mean here, for example, dimensions or the rear view. The only thing that has changed in the rear is the plate on the roof, which has been flattened a bit, that's it. There are no changes on the side either, but when it comes to the front, the changes are already noticeable. And the changes are similar to those that came in the latest X5. We have more slender headlights, which have a new design of LED technology, which looks like arrows. The grille is changed, which is slightly unnoticeable. And the bumper is more jagged, with bigger air vents. And now someone can say, okay, but you have a version with an M package, so this car will always look better. So now I have good news for you, because the latest X6 is sold with this chassis package already in the standard, so even the poorest version will look like this. And already in the standard, to improve the look, you will not get 19-inch rims, but 20-inch. In the front, if you look closely, you will also notice a larger radar in the lower part of the bumper. And that's because the after-lift version offers you even more assistance. In the new X6, you can have an automatic speed limit assist, a warning when getting off, active navigation, speed limit control on the road, recognition of traffic lights depending on the market, emergency braking assist and lane change assist and joining traffic. The other systems that were in BMW were also expanded. The biggest changes are inside. And it's not about the space, because as I said before, the dimensions of this car haven't changed. It's more about the look and technology, because in front of the driver there was a familiar BMW 2-screen panel. In front of me, the screen has a 12.3-inch angle, and this one on the right is 14.9 inches. What's most important, we have a new BMW 8 system, which is supposed to be updated to the 8.5 version by the end of this year. The bottom part under the screen has also changed. I mean the air vents, which no longer have physical buttons to control the air conditioning. Now you will be able to control the air conditioning only on the touch screen. There is also LED strip, which is finished with letter M. In more basic versions there will be X6, here I have M, which means that I don't have such a simple version, but more on that later. It is also worth emphasizing that in standard versions you have a board with a leather-like material from Sensafin. But when I talk about finishing, let's check how this car is made and finished. I'll touch this car here on the top. The dashboard is soft. Here we have carbon. It all looks nice. We have silver letters. Everything is perfectly matched. The screen is rock solid. Here I have a problem because it deforms a lot in these parts. It doesn't make any sounds, but it's not super well fitted, but the rest is great. I put a lot of effort into it and nothing moves. The door is rock steady. In general, the car is well fitted, as in the case of all BMW, but this element, it disturbs the perfectness of this car. It could be done better, but the rest, as you heard and saw, there's nothing to complain about. I didn't tell you about the trunk, because it hasn't changed at all. It still offers 580 liters, so there's nothing to extend, because what's more interesting than what's in the back is what I have in the front. 4.4 liter V8, engine generating 530 horsepower and 750 Newton-meters. This monster accelerates this almost 2.5 tons, 1 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.3 seconds. So if you see an X6 with the M60i badge on the back, you know you're dealing with a serious player. It's also worth mentioning that all engines, both 6 and 8-cylinder, are standardly connected to an 8-speed automatic gearbox from Steptronic. We know it from other, even standard models like M3 or M2, and it works really well. In comfort mode, when you press the pedal to the limit, and I will do it as soon as I get out of the corner, then yes, you have to wait a moment, but when you switch it to sport mode, it works really fast. And what's important, it works culturally, so when you drive calmly, There are no jerks or other things that would disturb you on a daily basis. None of that. It works very friendly and very comfortable. A very important information is that all the units in the X6 are soft hybrids. So there is a 48V electric motor. In this case, the electric motor is integrated with the gearbox. It gives you an additional 12 horsepower and 200 Newtonometers. Of course, we are talking about extreme situations. When you press the gas pedal as hard as you can, it affects the dynamics, the smoothness of driving, but also the fuel consumption. And when I'm talking about fuel consumption, in my case, after driving over 470 kilometers, the average fuel consumption is 15 liters, not a small amount, but remember that you have to feed a monster of over 4 liters, which generates over 500 HP. So it's something. In BMW X6, in all versions, you get active driving system and appropriate stabilizers, but in the higher versions or with additional payment, you get side view control or sport differential like I have in this car, and all of this is cool and it all works. But the problem is that physics in some situations can't be cheated. And here we are dealing with a 2.5-ton car. You can feel how this car fights with the mass. You can feel how the corner entry pulls you out. And that is, on the one hand, terrifying, and on the other hand, exciting. It's exactly the same. I can already see my face when I press the right pedal to the end. The feeling is that the soup eaten for dinner is eager to go back to the throat. Everything comes back to you. When you press the gas pedal, you feel your body moving in this car together with the center of gravity. It's a completely different feeling than in BMW M3, where the car is much lower, where you are welded to the seat, where there are no tilts, the car does not rise, does not dive. There you feel integrated with the machine. Here you feel that you are much higher above the ground, and the systems are doing as much as they can, and you can really see that they are trying. And really, if there were no systems, I can't imagine how this car would drive. However, physics is physics, and you can feel it, how it all here is tightening muscles to keep this car in the grip. But as I say, on the one hand, it's scary. On the other hand, it's exciting. You want to push the gas pedal all the time. At the end, the prices, and they are not low because X6 is the top of the BMW range. The cheapest 30D starts from 415,000 PLN. For the cheapest petrol with 40i mark, you have to pay 425,500 PLN. M60i, which I have, is already 550,000 PLN, and X6M competition is a completely different galaxy because the price is 730,000 PLN. Of course, all the prices I gave you are for the base model. At the end of this video, I would like to answer the question from the beginning of the material. Is the current X6 still able to distinguish itself from the competition? And the sad truth is no, because currently different manufacturers offer such a wide range of this type of cars that X6 doesn't have anything special. But if we look at this car from the perspective of the product itself, I think that it's a very good car in terms of driving, comfort, culture of work, performance, and overall appearance. I especially like the color Marina Bay. But this is only an individual matter. If you like this car, I think it's worth the choice, but you decide. Let me know in the comments what you think about this car, about this video. I'm waiting for your comments. See you in the next tests. Bye.